You come here, stand. Call Srivas. Okay, okay, it's fine.
Eating. Yeah. Okay.
Good evening, ma'am. Good evening, friends. Welcome to my presentation. Here I am giving presentation about the agriculture in India. You also know about the agriculture. Agriculture is the important factor of the India. And now I'm telling about definition. The definition of farming is the practicing of farming, including cultivation of the soil and growing of crops, and the rearing of animals. And most of the Indians are proper term maximum plants is rice, wheat, pulses, oilseeds, sugar, and also developed. India is a developing agricultural country, and agriculture is the famous for the rich biodiversity, and its agriculture, like Indian agriculture climate is suitable for agriculture. And in India, almost 60% of Indians and land comprises of agricultural land. And Indian agriculture weakness is average yield is India just 30% to 50% of the highest average, and and low productivity and low irrigation facilities, and government support to the farmers to the irrigation and some schemes for the farmers, and agriculture in India is not completely developed, and some revolutions in agriculture in green revolution and implemented in 1968, and blue revolution in water, white revolution in milk, and biotechnology revolution. Thank you for seeing my presentation.
Please tell me, which state produces more wheat in our India?
Most processing is made in Uttar Pradesh, and some crops like wheat, pulses, grains, and pulses also. But India is the most wheat producer in India.
Sorry,
Government everyone today I'm telling few lines about blockchain technology. Blockchain technology is a decentralized ledger of all transactions across real-time network. Using this technology, we can secure our information. blockchain technology has recent network benefit for connectivity, connected customers, suppliers, bank partners. Blockchain technology are rooted as tangible and intangible. So the transactions are done in blockchain technology. Use of blockchain technology is Bitcoin or Bitcoin real blockchain. Normal Bitcoin is a digital foreign exchange of payment platforms or provider markets. The application of blockchain technology are smart contractors and cloud storage. Project of decentralized platform that runs smart contracts applications that run exactly as programs without any possibility. Cloud storage. Simply using this hard drive space, user could store the traditional load up to 300 times over. Platform transparency and reduce transaction costs. Users and developers have opportunity to modify if they are secret. This makes blockchain a particularly secure technology. Blockchain allows some business to transactions to be completed without the aid of third party. It means they can actually reduce cost to the users. Blockchain is shared and declared ledger. Blockchain can open business networks by talking out cost, improve efficiencies, and increase accessibility. Blockchain addresses an exciting and thoughtful set of business challenges which cross every industry. Any questions?
Why the blockchain technology will be useful and important?
Secure side.
What is the what is the importance of blockchain technology and why you using it?
Secures our information, but it not share with anyone.
Yes. You answer this question.
Good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon, ma'am. I'm Reshma from CSE-C. Good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon, ma'am. I am Reshma. Nowadays, our India culture is becoming increasing. When culture and traditions are learned from other states, so I want to explain about Kerala cultural and traditions. Kerala, the dance and festivals of Kerala is very popular in art form, and the elephants are shown in every festivals. Kerala is called God's own country because one of the god Parshurama was developed this country. also famous for goats and coconut trees. This is the tourist place. Onam is the famous festival of Kerala. There are many art forms are shown in Kerala. In this festival, there are many boat races are taking place. Many crowds will occur to see the art forms of the Onam. The Onam is festival that shows the agriculture of Kerala, where the farming starts in the August. So they show the culture of the Onam. Thank you. Anybody have any questions?
Anybody have questions? Let me achieve 100% literacy rating.
By starting small villages and cultural activities that are performing in the art forms that shown in the festivals, by that way they thank you.
Anybody wants to present again? Please. Nobody?
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Dhananjay. Welcome to my PPT presentation. My topic is Power of Media. What is media? Media is one of the exciting platform in the world for the humans to be expressed. Advantages of media. Media keeps us updates and knowledgeable, and media is a global source platform. After turn of events by the media interference, Patwa rate and black money, Kerala floods, these are positive terms given by the media. Times media exposure of federally Pakistani coast destroyed. Indian media market size is $1.67 trillion. Indian global media press has 140 position among 180 countries. It is said that the media is becoming the town scale for the global village of tomorrow. And is there any questions?
According to you, what is the biggest disadvantage of media?
Media is that unwanted things and they giving information before taking action. I think it is a disadvantage of media. Thank you.
Afternoon, everyone. My name is Chemical from CSE-C.
Today I am giving presentation about advancement in robotics. The topic is divided into 6 parts. Part 1, robotics. Part 2, current use of robotics. Part 3, advancement in robotics. Part 4, advantages of robotics. Part 5, disadvantages of robotics. And part 6, conclusion about the advancement in robotics. First of all, we learn about robotics. What is robot? Robot is a machine that resembles a human and does mechanical routine tasks on command. And robotics. Robotics is an interdisciplinary subject that ranges from mechanical engineering and electrical and electronic engineering and computer science and many other disciplines. And use of robots. Robots are used in various fields like industrial robots, military robots, aerospace robots, and healthcare robots. Advancement in robotics. Advancement in robotics are humanoid robot, swarm robot, neural robot, logistic robot, prediction robot. There are lot of advantages on robotics. Robots are increased productivity. Robots ensure safety and efficient products. Robots can replace human work. Robots are much more accurate than humans. Robots need no environment comforts. Disadvantages robot. Robotics lack of capability to respond to any emergency. Robots are costly. Robots need training. They have some programming to do work on command. Robots lack in degree of freedom and sense. Robots need continuous electrical support. Finally, conclusion. Advancement represents the future generation of robots and is truly amazing. They can do impossible things as possible. So they are fast. We cannot depend totally on them. And so these robots cannot dominate the creatures. Thank you. Any questions?
Do you really think development in robotics is helpful for the society?
Yes. Because development is in robots is very useful to us. There are a lot of advantages in robots because they can do products and increase the productivity. They can do efficiently than humans. Thank you.
Good afternoon, one and all present here. I would like to invite you to repeat my presentation on the topic movies and its impact on the youth. What are movies? Movies are the main mode of entertainment nowadays. It is movies are the visual communication by which we can tell stories or give information about a particular topic. Nowadays, movies are raising day by day. Types of movies. There are many types of movies by which we can choose. Types are horror movies, comedy, adventure, romantic movies, science fiction movies, action, thriller, biopics, and animations. One of my favorite is animations. In world nowadays in world there are number of production companies that are generating millions and billions of money. Such companies are Warner Bros, Sony Picture, Motion Group, Walt Disney, Universal Studios, 20th Century Fox. Now I'm going to tell about the advantages of movies. Movies help in growth of art form. Movies are showcase of art and culture. Movies increase revenue of the country. Movies enhance and improve our power of imagination and thinking. Nowadays, we can see that movies are like mirrors to the society. Some inspirational movies educate children and also help them to achieve their goals. We come to the disadvantages. Movies establish fake notations on a particular matter. Movies increase violence. Small children, by seeing these movies, they are trying to emulate heroes and villains, and also they are trying to do their part. As we know that in urban culture, cost of living is increasing day by day, and also amount or the price of tickets to the movies is also increasing. And finally, we are at the end of my presentation, and I want to conclude my presentation by saying that movies are the primary form of entertainment nowadays. Movies are like two sides of a coin which have both merits and demerits. As said, one can tell merits and demerits basing on their opinion. I say that movies do harm the society, but I won't say not to watch movies. We have to take movies as only the part of entertainment and leave the rest. Thank you. I would please, if anyone has any questions.
You told about the impact of youth. Is there any impact of children on these movies?
Yes, probably children and our people are imitating heroes and villains and are doing crimes, rapes and etc. things and going to them and destroying the future. Thank you.
Hello everyone. In this post and pre-COVID time, we all experienced the development of technology and entertainment. In the Corona time, the maximum survey when taken, 50% of the people are using entertainment as movies and web series, and 50% of the entertainment was derived to the games. Now, thanks to one and all. Good afternoon, one and all. This is Vilas. Now I am going to talk about my presentation on the era of gaming. As we all can see, the left side of the peak, we can see an AI cooling arrival CPU. That was an next generation CPU which was used as a coolant. As we all can say, 24 hours a day, if we play the CPU, there will be no disadvantages and there will be no heat produced from that. There will be no radiation from that. That's the use of the coolant. And the middle one is Xbox 360. It was the console released by the Microsoft on 2018, which was one of the best Xbox consoles ever. And the next one is this. This was the one of the main ever next generation console. It is PlayStation 5. Which was launched by the Sony. It was one of the main Sony's moto product. Let's move on to the next slide. The topics now I am going to discuss are CPU, coolants, graphic card, customized gaming PC, Sony PS5 specs, the DualSense controller, the VR, games, and the deciding factors. Let's move on to the next slide. CPU. We all know that CPU is nothing but named as the central processing unit. The CPU is essentially the brains of computers responsible for interpreting the whole in the whole CPU and the computer. The main brain thing and the most important thing to run the computer is the CPU. It was treated as the mother and heart of the computer. Here is Intel CPU lineup. on the left side of the image, and there are two major uh, high desktop processors. That was Intel left side and right side was the AMD. When the computers were launched into the market on the 2000, the main player of the market was Intel. Intel's Pentium was the first one, and after that Intel i3, i5, i7, i9, and recently i9 the generation is being launched, and it was the greatest of the all. And the right side one is AMD Ryzen. AMD Ryzen was a opposition to the Intel. To means it was a next opposite player in the market to the Intel. The AMD series were like Ryzen 3, Ryzen 5, Ryzen 7, Ryzen 9. Ryzen 9 was a good model, but Ryzen 7 is more appreciated than the Ryzen 9 model. Let's move on to the next slide. Coolants. CPUs produce lots of heat. If we use, for example, the RAM, or we using when we use a system, high temperatures of the will be means high temperatures will be produced because of the usage of the CPUs, and the high temperatures of the CPU can cause the system to shut down automatically. So prevent that shutdown, we use coolants. Fans and heat sinks are therefore necessary in order to keep the CPU running cool. For better system performance, it is suggested to buy a better CPU cooler. In the future of the gaming PCs, the coolants are one of the most key deciding factor, because it depends on the every gamer wants to play 24 hours a day a game. So the coolant should be nice and working well. The coolant should be efficiently working, so there will be no damage to the system how much as long as we played. The cooler can be classified in the term of heat dissipation medium into two types: liquid cooling and air cooling. Air coolers can be further classified into tower style, downdraft, and updraft coolers. The left side two images, the first image is the AMD updraft cooler, and the middle one is NVIDIA GeForce cooler, and the right side one, as the last one we can see, it was an liquid cooling example. These are the coolants models for nowadays. Let's move on to the next slide. Graphic cards. As we all can say, the main important part in the gaming is the graphic card in the gaming PCs. The graphic card makes our visuals and gaming very well, and increase the performance of the gaming. Nowadays, the gamings are required minimum NVIDIA 3080 graphic card, which is nearly reached up to 122 Hz. That was a high tension, which means maximum of the maximum peak of the games are designed like that. So we need to play those games. We need high end graphic cards like this. And the two players in the market of the graphic cards are NVIDIA GeForce GTX and the AMD Radeon. The graphic card takes data from the computers and output it as a text, images and colors on a display monitor. It presents the two main graphic cards manufacturers, NVIDIA and AMD, as already I said. Customized gaming PC. Every gamer main dream is to build his customized gaming PC, and I do have one. A gaming PC refers to a personal computer which comes with the components and features for playing video games. As I said, customized gaming PC means we can buy our components and parts which we wish we like. For example, already the ready-made CPUs are very cost and they are not reasonable. But when we designed our own customized gaming PC, it was well known and it works well. The major difference is the custom gaming computers come with features and functions such as video cards and a high-end on CPU. And the left side one is an MSI. MSI is one of the best gaming CPU inventors and designers nowadays. And the right side also an NVIDIA customized CPU. Let's move on to the next slide. Now let's come to the consoles. The main one of the consoles nowadays, the which is the high end. Now it was treated as the god, as in the gamings. The Sony the PS5 entertainment. Sony the PlayStation was it was the PlayStation in which launched on 1990s by the Japan to play for to means for the entertainment purposes only. And the recently launched in 2000 in the 2020s the PS5. The PS5 was one of the most high clicked and range in nearly 2 months. Total whole its gross sale was nearly 3 to 4 millions. That was a high end ever record sale that was ever seen. The Sony PS5 specs. The Sony PS5 comes with a AMD Gen 2 based CPU with 8 cores. As we all discussed, the CPUs in the PCs were octa i7, i9, but in the PS5 it is octa-core. Octa-core is a high-end generation when compared with the PCs with the personal computers. It was a 3.5 GHz. 3.5 was the means higher quality. GPU 10.8 T-flops. T-flops is the measurement for the graphics which can be decided. And 36 CUs at 2.23 GHz. It was the it was the best gaming performance ever given by any console now. GPU architecture custom RDNA to memory interface 16 GB to 256 bit memory bandwidth 448 GBs internal storage custom 825 GB SSD. As now to prevent the continuous heating of the PlayStation, the design of the PS5 was done as a shape like bird-like structure, so the heat prevention can be done as much as needed. Optical drive 4K. It can support 4K Ultra HD graphics in the Sony PlayStation 5. Let's move on to the next slide. The dual sense controller. The main part of the Sony PlayStation dual controls are the main things to experience as we when we experience any driving or properties, we can feel it on the controllers only. So the dual sense controller is the main part of the PlayStation controller. Let's move on to the next slide. The virtual reality, which is the PlayStation virtual reality, which produces nine headset. No, the only games are which are we can play on the PlayStation were Resident Evil and some horror games. But for now and in the future, they are gonna produce more and more games. The games were Anthem from top to the left. Anthem, Battlefield, Call of Duty, Advanced Warfare. These are the top end games. And the Need for Speed, Watch Dogs 2. These were the top end games require 122 HZ graphic card. Thank you. The presentation was clear, sir. Any questions? Any more questions? Thank you.
What is the purpose of gaming of 24 hours?
It was the entertainment. What did you done at the time of Corona time? We used most of the time for the entertainment. I used most of the time for the entertainment purpose. So gaming is the main important entertainment. So I prefer gaming much.
Mike?
Good morning to morning. Good morning to morning. Today's my project presentation is greatest invention that changed the world. The inventions that changed the world means the invention is the invention which helps for the human development in an era like inventing the wheel, fire, which is the for development of human development. First, the first invention of the greatest human life is fire. By invented the fire which helps the food and the control of fire by the early humans for the critical technology enable the evolution of humans. Fire provide the warm and healthy food which helps the providing of human development and organisms more. Next one, we at the beginning of the early life, the wheel is the most useful things. Because inventing the wheel without nowadays no cars, no buses, aeroplanes, which is not and mechanism of the e-systems which not will be cannot be happen. So the wheel is the most greatest invention will come under when at 300 DC was invented the wheel. It is used at that time water purpose and transportations of motor. Next one paper. In ancient time, the invention of the paper is great because by writing of anything of the ancient knowledge, like medicines, scholarships, and government purpose, it has the invention helped the spread of literacy and literacy also. So time. Steam engine. The Industrial Revolution thought began at the steam engine, which was invented by the James Watt. At the Industrial Revolution began at the steam engine. The steam engine, the most factories and mills have provided water, wind, horsemen, and power and factories located anywhere. So the steam engines were invented by the James Watt, and industrial revolution makes the places helpful of it. And now without steam engine, the no cars and airplanes, and most of the not working. The printing press. By inventing the paper, the next one is the printing press. While lecture is literacy and layer, writing is most of the time is consumed. So the printing press is help in our time and in recent time it was invented in 15th century. Insulin, the medicine, which was invented by the Sir Alexander Bell, which is an antibiotic and by using the medicine we can prevent the 3000 medicines and bacteria. Nowadays, without insulin, what happened in 19th century? Then World War One, all members are dying without insulin because the loss of blood, the loss of the World War One, at the beginning of the World War One, the blood and war, and the medicine has much. And thank you. Any questions?
What do you think the greatest invention in your
I think the greatest invention is because wheel is the most useful thing. Among these all, I was telling about like steam engine, war, steam engine, printing press, paper. The wheel is the only first to all. Thank you. Thank you for giving this opportunity.
Good afternoon, everyone. Everyone, my name is Rita Johnson. Have you ever wondered how the Snapchat filters work, or how about living in a virtual world created by our minds? And that's the topic I'm going to talk about: augmented reality and virtual reality. Augmented reality. Augmented reality is a technology where we project the virtual objects in a field of vision. And the best example is Snapchat filters, and the other example is protocol 2. It is a game which went viral years ago and got banned. And augmented reality can also be used in military trainings and also 3D real estate models. We can see so many showrooms which project the 3D models of the bike instead of giving the real models. While coming to the virtual reality is a technology, it is a computer generated environment, and in order to experience VR, we use special access VR headsets and also some joysticks to experience this. And there are so many applications of VR that we use in our reality, and some of them are in the medical fields, and most of the students learn the 3D, they use 3D models of patients instead of using the real dead bodies. Ready Player One movie. It shows the future of the gamers in the reality and how it affects their real life and in their game life. And in this movie, they purchase avatars and other properties that they receive in their real life. And in by the report, they said that by 2030, the latest VR screens now have 8K resolutions, and also there is a zero visible pixelation resulting in a magnetic detailed realism. Metaverse is the most discussed technology that in our reality, and metaverse is identity is related to metaverse. Even Facebook changed its name to Meta, and most of the famous celebrities like Justin Bieber and Ariana Grande showcase their songs through metaverse. And gaming is one of the main aspects in metaverse, and so many companies in metaverse that open their gateway in order to provide best quality for the gamers. Extended reality. It is an umbrella term for both MR, VR, and AR, and it is which allows us to blend both virtual reality and augmented reality and mixed reality. To create the environments to also play a game or even go on to the many countries or etc. Thank you for patiently listening to my words. Are there any questions?
What AR and AR can do us necessarily?
As I mentioned earlier, there are so many applications. As I mentioned earlier, there are so many applications of AR, VR, medical field and military purposes. There are so many advantages of AR.
Hello, very good afternoon to all and all. Today my topic is I am going to present my PPT Google self-driving car. Google self-driving car. Google self-driving car is like any car, but it can steer itself while out obstacles, and it can accelerate by itself to correct speed, and it can stop itself based on the traffic condition. The project is currently led by Sebastian Thrun. He is the co-inventor of Google Street View and he is the director of Stanford Artificial Intelligence Laboratory. The components of this project is Google Maps and hardware sensors and artificial intelligence. Coming to the Google Maps, it provides the car with road information like
I'm extremely sorry.
speed limit,
Watch you all. Right. You were the one who is putting camera. 1 minute.
Yes, sir.
You are the one putting camera. When that boy is trying to ask a question to a presenter, some of you are happily taking a lighter way of doing it, and your presentation has no value as a presentation. Still, you have 40 minutes of time. And I request ma'am to give them some comments. Help them to understand what are their follies. Sit down. Presentation doesn't need to talk about, yeah, you're talking about Google Maps. Come here. You're talking about Google Maps.
Google self-driving.
Google self-driving car. How is that you are going to present? What matters? How many times that you are really watching your gathering? How much communication that is taking place between both the parties? That is observed. So these dynamics are to be checked in the lab. See, the information that you have on the slides, if you start reading it, for that I don't think this much of energy should be wasted. This classroom has to be occupied by 4th years, seriously. And 1 hour in this house, you look at the energy that we consume for the screen that we set, for the power that we allowed to have the laptop or camera. Look at the whole investment. At least in that hall it is costing around 1,600 per 1 hour, and in this hall it should be somewhere around 200 to 300. So you just imagine how much money that we are spending on it. Whose money is that? It is yours. You are paying. In spite of that energy consumption, if you are not really utilizing the skill enhancement program, all that is a waste of time. I was just following, and in fact, I saw her presenting something. We thought of giving you 3 minutes for presentation to help you understand in 3 minutes how are you able to talk. That is one thing. Next one, we also ask you to set some 4 or 5 slides. It is not to make your slide presentation so quickly happen. You're coming standing and then reading out slides, and then you're coming all of a sudden to a conclusion. Never ever conclusions happen all of a sudden. Abrupt conclusions cannot be entertained. Do you agree with me? When you watch a movie, if the conclusion is not fine, what is that known as climax? Okay, if the climax is not fine, would you all love to have it? Why are you doing that? Why your cinema has a boring climax? Understand it. Madam, you also can take the turn. You have still another 40 minutes. If you wanted anybody to repeat the presentation, let them repeat it. All right? If they cannot listen to you, tell me. You need not tell me answer. You can give them whatever that you like. All right? You all have to follow teacher's word. Okay? That too, ma'am is very soft and she'll be able to give you a lot of good advice. Learn from her. On the other hand, I saw you were turning camera as if that is an aeroplane goes, and Most of them are laughing, smiling. That looks very odd story. See, when I am sitting outside, I generally present this is what my student is doing. For example, at that point in time, some visible ones will show them. And at that point in time, if you are very hilarious, hilarious is okay, joyful okay, but not at the right time. Okay, you are at the practice session of presentation. When you are working on the presentation, all skills must be displayed. Right? Your language. I have seen in the ground floor seminar hall, a boy was unable to stand. Okay, he is walking, he is moving like this before the camera. Almost, his body language shows that he is very, very doubtful in his approach. When you are standing like this, when you stand properly. All right? When you are doing your own work, do it properly. Right? Because you are presenting yourself. Not only your oral language, you're presenting a lot of emotions. How well that you are really connected with all the gathering. That is more eyesight I saw, eye contact I see. No one was succeeded. Seriously, I am going along with your presentations wherever I go. For that matter, with any work that is given in language lab. Understand? So, language is one side. The other side is your presentation ability. This activity is given for that importance. But it is not for somebody to come and then stand before, provides the car, the road, information like speed, limit, nearby, collisions, etc. The slide also has a lot of nonsense in it. Whatever, no sir, it is shown on the screen. Seeing is believing. Whatever it happened, that is a different story. You are a computer sciences graduate. The world is running around computer sciences now. When I am sitting at the admissions table, everybody is coming. Their first preference is computer sciences. Is it for this? Shall I show you as an example to them not to take computer sciences because these kind of rubbish students are found in computer sciences? Do you accept it? Then why? Come on, give the qualitative outcome. Prove yourself as the best that the world deserves. Understand? No excuses. Generally, who says excuses? Those who have less ability. I never say excuse. Do I? In the whole campus, whenever there is an activity, I never say excuse. I always see the possible solution. Before I come over here, I check all my presentations, all my slides that have error less, that doesn't have any error. Right? Do it. Okay? Communicate well, connect well, present things so effectively. This is an opportunity for you. Even after you have less time, maybe next week and by next week, we'll have our semester going to end. Still, we are investing this important time at a crucial juncture. Why? We believe in this activity has a lot of value. This activity has a lot of importance. Because one point in time in the life, tomorrow, you are supposed to present. Fine? So observe it. I want to see the best part of work. You also can give here and there, wherever they require some sort of importance. Right?
Not just read it from the slide. Make sure you present it.
Continuing from the previous, Google Maps. Google Maps provides the car with road information like
presenting your slides, make sure you know the purpose of your topic. Why are you presenting? Why are you presenting on that particular topic?
Step. This step.
Your topic. On your topic. What is the purpose of your presentation?
And when we use the Google self-driving car, we can the car steer it down. It can steer itself and can drive
Go to
itself.
my own problem.
The car will steer it itself and it can drive it itself.
So is it the future of transport?
It can be.
Can be. So you make sure you tell the purpose of your presentation. Okay, before starting. Why are you presenting? Make it interesting and interactive. Alright? And the rest of you please concentrate, don't giggle. Be serious, encourage your friend. Understand? And who's handling the camera? Don't turn the camera switch. Okay? Do it steadily. You continue. Try to make it interactive and lively.
Talking about the smarter sensors of this project, it provides the car real-time conditions like LiDAR and radar camera, position estimator, and direction estimator, distance estimator. Another component from this is artificial intelligence. Artificial intelligence provides the car real-time decisions like how fast to accelerate, when to stop, and when to stop, when to steer the wheel, like etc. Coming to the advantages of this project is it avoids the accidents and it manages the traffic and it is accessible to use. The disadvantage of this project is if the user is using internet with less security, it can be caught by hackers and it can be so disadvantage for us. And finally, self-driving car improves the vehicle stable, helps to minimize the traffic flow and minimize the road actions.
Can you present it? What do you think is the future of self-driving cars?
And when the humans driving, it can be it may cause to accidents. But when we use the Google self-driving car, the car will drive itself. It
Can you
may,
trust a self-driving car? Can you trust a self-driving car?
as a trust, but not
In
in
Indian practice, then what do you think can be done to launch a self-driving car in India?
it cannot be possible.
Cannot be possible. Then why are people making it? Just the fun.
It can be useful when the plain roads.
On a plane,
Yes.
is there any road without traffic?
The
Continue.
car has sensors now, so it can sense the traffic.
Okay, continue.
And if you have any questions and doubts, you may ask. Thank you for giving this great opportunity.
Rashmi.
Good afternoon, everyone. I am Reshma from CSE-C. I am going to explain about the cultural traditions of Kerala.
Why do you need to explain when this is a presentation?
I am presenting about cultural traditions of Kerala.
Why only Kerala? What is the purpose of presentation?
Nowadays, India was forwarding our culture and traditions, and people learn about from neither countries. Apart of that, I have been from Kerala.
Continue.
In Kerala, there are many places of tourism. Kerala is God's own country, as all they know.
Reshma, present it. Don't read. We know what is on the slide. We just want your presentation. Reshma, we can read it from the slide. We don't want that. We want only presentation. Come. Smile and you.
In Kerala, they show many art forms while they are dancing. Particularly in festivals, they show many art forms and culture.
What is it that attracted to you to their dance forms or the art forms?
The way they present their art forms, like
Come on, Reshma. You can do. Come on, do it.
the way they perform their art forms in their presentation of dance in many other cultural activities. Kerala is known as God's own country because the sage Parshuram was the creator of Vishnu by he created Vishnu in this place. So this Kerala was known as God's own country. There are many tourist places in Kerala, mainly there are many coconut trees and boat races are shown in the festivals.
What is the significance of the boat race or the boat races? What is the significance of the boat races?
For entertaining the people in festivals, they show they keep races on boats.
Next participant.
Can you go and present again? Add her PPT to the screen. Agriculture in India.
Mute the microphone. Good evening, ma'am. We have a presentation topic is agriculture in India.
Hold the microphone properly. Like this.
Why is the particular topic agriculture in India? Because agriculture is the most important factor of India. India most persons are farmers. So I'm taking to the topic agriculture. 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 Farmers not only growing of crops and plants and also it's our duty. Not only agriculture and rearing of animals, growing of crops, so many into the importance of crops and
Why are you reading the slides now?
come on, Mama, present it. You can look at your slides and you can see who asked you not to look at. Happily you can present it instead of reading. Agriculture is the most advantageous and agriculture is the most famous of India and so many crops produced in India.
From which place did you come from?
What's the native place? Is it Present it, present it.
Continue. How does it like for the farmers in Vijayanagar? Yes, you can continue. You continue. You carry on here, carry on. Our own topics. Yes, you continue. What is your understanding of agriculture, at least in AP? What do you think the scenario is like in AP? Use the microphone.
Agriculture farming is
Finish. Celebrate.
come this way. Hafiz will present. Hafiz, add your presentation. Why are you helping? That fellow is also a computer science engineer. Switch off the microphone and camera. Go there. Hafiz, can you give your oral presentation instead of the PPT presentation? Why can't you go with the oral presentation about your concept? Because we have seen your presentation. I want your presentation to be oral.
Good evening, everyone. Last week, I have presented about Udemy. It was the technology which was developed by Tesla CEO Elon Musk. For advancing technology for the future life of this technology, it's all about generating a chip and putting it on humans' skull. It all depends on one brain machine technology. What we think and communicate with others all will be stored in the chip. Undertaking artificial intelligence, it was a small myth that it will come and insecure our human life. But to challenge this situation, Elon Musk introduced this brain machine technology for gaining same technology as robots have, getting normalized the brain's information and machine's information and getting them normalized as direct ones. So, thank you.
Anybody else who wants to try? Rapid? Anybody? Switch off the microphone.
Blue,
Ice.
blue lights technology.
Go Srinivas. Sample.
Good evening, Your Honor. Respected Madam and my dear friends. Last week I completed my topic. I am giving you a word on my presentation. My presentation is about blue eyes technology. The blue eyes technology is nothing but the robotics model technology. In this blue eyes technology, we can refer about the blue eyes means Bluetooth communication technology. In this Bluetooth communication technology, we use artificial intelligence and electronic mouse and the few technical moments and we uses in this. And this blue eyes technology on we are regarding to using as electronic mouses are used for the Bluetooth communication on the radar sensor. It will access as our body to recognize our blood pressures and heartbeat rating and everything, how we are performing and how we work and everything it will be shown to us. In this purpose on, we can working about the blue technology. In this technology, the emotional process playing a key role. And the next purpose on we use the few techniques instruments in this. In these techniques will be used by the blue eyes. The blue eyes means the Bluetooth. This Bluetooth will communicate with the communication in the sensor and the radar waves. In the way communication, it can scan our eyes and read our data and how we will be presenting and why using your movements and what we'll be watching and it can know about ourselves. And by the artificial intelligence and researching and re-modernizing the searching and the voice, the communication through the artificial intelligence research is about the robots can listen our voice and re-communicate with us. And while it communicating with us, what is the way of talking and how we are talking. And everything it will be shown to us and talk with us. By the using of model presentation in artificial intelligence uses. And these on the robots will be working in St. Joseph College in 1979. They are working for still now and they are trying to succeed in this project. But they are not fully succeeded because these robots will be have disadvantages and advantages on that. In these advantages, they can work by the presenting humans and the work will be reduces and time will be less and their work will becomes more and more faster by the humans comparison. The robots will work more and more. It can succeed with less time how the work presentations and stress and everything of the humans will be less by the communication of robotics. In these disadvantages also we have. In these disadvantages, the presented the radars and the communication mismatches are everything will be happens by using of robots. While we comment something like we talk with our friends and everything, it will be happen by the robotics. The robots will communicate with us in crash way. Our robots will have the command on themselves. The our earth will be destroyed immediate habits. The robots will command when we have only the capital we can control the robots, it will be help to us. When it can handle themselves and robots will have their grace and they can control their minds and they can do themselves. We can destroy and our world will be destroyed. The humans cannot survive in that world. So there are some disadvantages and advantages of blue eyes technology. And they are now trying and we are all loving it for the laziness we are lying. By these laziness we can destroy our world also. So thank you.
Who wants to present?
Good afternoon, one and all present here. I would like to introduce myself. I'm the Sai Sambat from CSE-C, and I'm here to talk about the topic movies and its impact on you. Movies. What are movies? Movies are the art form that is improving in our country and in the world day by day. Movies are a type of visual communication by which we can tell a story or important I think on an important topic. Now, as we know that cost of living in our world and in our country is increasing day by day, we have to put more and more amount on movies. There are lots of companies which are earning billions and billions of amount on movies. Such companies are Warner Bros, 20th Century Fox, Sony Pictures, Motion Media, and Paramount. Now, here we come with the advantages and disadvantages of movies. Advantages. There are some interesting movies which are educating and influencing children for achieving their goals. Movies also increase the revenue of country. We know that
We'll make it a little more interactive because it is about movies. I can target as answer. It is a general topic. Everybody knows about movies. So, can you involve the audience?
there are different types of movies like horror, comedy, romantic, science fiction,
Let them
action.
take a guess. You ask them what are the different kinds of genres they know, so that they can involve. Understood? Do that.
I would like to ask any one of you to come and tell about your favorite genre in the movies.
Anybody can share a movie. Three movies we have. Smart.
Take a guess. Both.
I would like more fantasy in the movies and adventures. I like it because in those movies we can communicate with the nature and with gods and with ghosts everywhere. The fantasy movies on we can nothing will be doing this world, and the fantasies on we can do anything. The feeling will be like to me, and I like it. And the adventures movies on what we didn't know in the present worlds and present situations, it can show to us in the adventure movies. We will communicate within that time. Adventures movies on someone communicate with snakes and someone communicate with other animals and with gods. Everything happens in adventures and fantasy movies, and I would like that only. Thank you.
Very nice.
According to me, I love action movies like John Wick, John Wick 1, John Wick 2, John Wick 3. Those are the best movies of the Keanu Reeves. And I love horror movies also, like Resident Evil, Evil Dead. Those are the best series or sequels of these movies. And I love more the anime. Now the Japanese, that is the Japan's cartoon, but not as said as cartoon. It's Japan's anime. The main lovely anime was Naruto, Attack on Titan, and there are so many. That's another channel. But now, talking to me, I love more games. The the games like there are some in which the games are included like the Ready Player One, the AI and AR dependent on AR.
As some of your mentioned, I also like animations. Recent anime like Jujutsu Kaisen is been released and has grossed a lot of amount in India. There are some disadvantages of also movies. Children are interfering and acting like villains and destroying the future. Now I conclude by saying that movies are like two sides of a coin. It has both merits and demerits. one can say merits and demerits according to his own personal opinion. I would say that movies also pass on to the society, but I won't say that not to watch movies.
End it properly.
I would also say you to watch movies because they are stress relief, but I would like to say that take movie as only part of entertainment, but not of your real life. Thank you.
That is how you end your presentation.